Most people think smooth animations are complicated, but it really comes down to one thing: your graphs. In this video, I will show you how to get smooth graph animations and instantly make your edits feel more premium. Let's get it.
Hello guys, so in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to use your graphs in a very smooth way. So firstly, we are going to create a solid layer, and for this video we are going to use a shape as an example of how to use your graphs. So yeah, I'll just align this in the middle. Okay, so for you to use graphs, you have to use keyframes, and for you to use keyframes, you have to use keyframes. Okay, so we are using scale, and when you go, you create a keyframe, you go a bit further. Hold on, I'm trying to shrink this. I'm going to reduce the timeline a little bit. Okay, good. Now you increase the scale a bit, and you have your first animation. This is your first animation, but at this point we want to use the graph, and for you to use the graph you have to first highlight your keyframes and then go to the graph editor icon and click it, and this is what it's going to look like at first. Now because it looks like this, you can't really do anything here. You can't move this around, so you just have to like go back, highlight the keyframes and click on F9 to easy ease. If you don't want to click on F9, you right click the keyframe, go to keyframe assistance, and then easy ease. That's how you get it. But F9 is shortcut and obviously it's easier. Now after that, remember, highlight your keyframes, go to the graph editor, and this is what it will look like. And if you notice, the graph editor looks very much like the Flow plugin, which actually has a lot of inbuilt graphs already, and you can actually save your own. But that's by the way. I'm going to give you guys this Flow for free, so you will decide if you either want to use this or the graph editor. Now back to what we came for. You're going to highlight, right? Now this is the beginning keyframe, this is the ending. You can see. Now anything that happens here is where the clip starts, is where the animation starts. Anything that happens here is where the animation ends. Now there are 4 major graphs I'm going to teach you guys, which I use 90% of the time, and after that you can always experiment to get what you want. Now the first is this graph, where you drag this to the top and then drag this closer to the other one and play. It makes the graph feel fast, like it makes the object move fast in the beginning, because this is the beginning. You drag everything to the beginning, it makes the object move fast in the beginning and slow towards the end, just like this. You can see, right? Good. Now this graph is mainly used to start up a transition, like a quick zoom in or zoom out, depending on how you want it, right? So you can always, if you want it a bit slower, you can always drag this down and play. You see, it's less fast, but it's still fast. And if you drag this down, it's less fast. You can always still drag this way, and yeah. Now the second graph I'm going to show you is basically the opposite. It's the opposite of this one, right? Where you basically drag this one over here. So what you're trying to do now is you're trying to make it slow in the beginning and then fast towards the ending. Slow in the beginning, fast towards the ending. Now watch. You see, slow and then fast. Slow and then fast. Good. Now you might be wondering where this transition is used. Like I said, opposite. The first one is for starting off its transition. This one can be used to end, like it's only used around the ending for like maybe jump cuts or quick transitions and stuff. This graph. Now another one I use most, hell, 90% of the time, is this graph because it works for me almost all the time. Okay, cool. Now this graph right here, if you notice, it's still the same thing in my flow because I use this almost all the time. Now this does this: slow in the beginning, fast, and then slow in the ending. Slow in the beginning, fast in the middle, slow in the ending. Watch. See? Slow, fast, slow. Good. This graph is like one of the best out there. Now the next one, which is like the last graph I'm going to show you, would be the opposite of this. So do this, do this. If you notice, is literally the opposite of this up here. So what will it do now? Slow, very slow in the beginning, fast, and then slow again, just like that. See, good. Well, there's also another one I'm going to add in here, which is basically making the graph like this, like an S shape. You can also invert it, you get. So now when you play, this is what you have: slow, fast, slow, slow, fast, like big fast, and then slow. All of these can be used in different instances, and it depends on how you want to use it and where you have to use it. So you have to learn how to experiment with your graphs to get something smooth. You don't just animate. So yeah, with that said, I'm just going to show you how I use the Flow app as well, Flow plugin, since I'm still going to drop it for free. Now you highlight, let's say we're going for the first graph you wanted, just apply, and it does it. Like I said, the first graph very fast. If you want this one that I use mainly all the time, highlight the keyframes, draw out your graph, apply, and slow, fast, slow. That's exactly how you use this. And anything you apply here actually applies here as well. If you notice, the same thing. If I do this and click apply, hold on, don't think this is selected. Yes, highlight, click apply, is going to change to exactly the same thing. So yeah, that's it. Now I think I'm going to show you an instance of where some of these graphs are used. So using position here, you go to the circle, position, add a keyframe, add another keyframe up front, right? And then at the first keyframe, you animate it down or sideways, and how you want it. Animate it down, highlight, and then use this one. I say this is mainly used for beginning, for the beginning of a clip or something. Apply. Now you get this, right? Now you've gotten this. That's like the first graph for something coming up. Then you might probably want it to, move away while another one comes in. You can use a null, link the shape to the null, position again, go forward, add another position, and then maybe move it like this, right? Out of frame, highlight, and then use the other graph I said can be used at the ending and apply, and then you get something like this. See, came in fast, slowly faded away. Now that's it for the first, and then if you want to now bring in another, you can shift, cool. Now for this part, you're going to add position, keyframe, drag this a bit forward, and then drag this to the opposite side of where we made the first circle go. Where I'm going to change the color of this to maybe red, so it will look different. Good. Now drag this to, bruh. Okay, cool. You highlight and then you maybe add something like this graph, right? You add this graph and click apply, and then you get something like this. If you want it faster, use this as well. See, now watch. Notice, see how it looks. We used the quick graph, this one for the beginning, use the opposite of this one for the end, then used this one again for the beginning, and this is how we get this fast, slow, fast, fast again. Good. Instances where you can also create another normal. Hold on. Instances where you can also use the other graph I mentioned is just like maybe when you want something like this position, put down another keyframe, and yeah, you want it to, let's say, go down slowly. Now you highlight the keyframe, use this graph, apply, and then see. Now with that, you get this smooth graph animation in your work. So yeah, that's how you use your graphs in After Effects, and at the end of the day, it all depends on how you plan to use your graphs. There are a lot of different graphs out there, and you can experiment with it to find out what exactly you want. So like I said, I'll be giving out this plugin for free, so yeah, use it and get better with your graph. Thank you.